Hi, my name is Julia Berman, and today I'm going to be talking to you about women in combat. In the history of the United States of America, there has always been a military. They work around the clock to defend the country, and even though in recent years they haven't been in the news as much, they're always working. When you think about the military, you probably think about firefights and combat arms on the front lines. But this is only a small part of the picture. What about women? What if women were on the front lines fighting with men? What if they were trained to be in combat arms? You might be wondering why this has any relevance to you as a college student. But we actually have ROTC, or Reserve Officer Training Corps, on campus to help train future military leaders. Students would take a class every single day with military science professors and learn to be officers. You could not be where you are today without the military presence in the U.S. But if you really think about it, the military plays a big role in civilian life. There are guard units and reserve units that are always ready to deploy when necessary. So naturally, you are surrounded by the military no matter where you go. Although men are traditionally put in combat arms, women should be able to be in combat roles due to the military changing standards, a decline in the number of recruits, and the mental health of troops. Women are more likely to handle combat situations better than men. Women may even be able to handle emotions in general in the military better than men. In a study done by Yaoling Deng, a researcher in China, to compare the emotional effects of trauma on women versus men, the results showed that women show relatively stronger emotional expressivity, where men have stronger emotional responses with angry and positive stimuli. This means that women have the potential to handle incoming fire better than men. Women also have the potential to push through pain and think more clearly in combat situations. The mental health of women may be better suited for combat than men. So would this change be good for the military? The addition of women into combat roles benefits the military. According to Scotty Andrew, a journalist from CNN, the first group of female Marines successfully graduated from San Diego boot camp, where they were not allowed to go before. This demonstrates that society is moving towards inclusivity in the armed forces. We have to stop thinking that all changes in the military are bad. The change would bring everyone together, including all genders, races, religions, and any other barriers you can think of. Allowing women in combat situations is just the beginning. The Army has also already started making changes in their ranks to combat gender norms. The Army changes their physical fitness test to the Army Combat Fitness Test in 2022, officially. According to Nina Borchson, a TRIDOC Communications Directorate, the new ACFT embraces a number of new things, including mental health, spiritual health, and inclusivity. And according to Borchson, the test is inclusive and puts men and women on the same scale while taking the same test. To me, the name is also a big step in the right direction. Not only are men and women taking the same test with the same scoring, but the name actually includes the word combat. This not only shows that women are now being included, but that they are also being trained for the same events. This could lead to many other potential steps, such as allowing women to become officers in roles that they are not allowed to be in before. We also have to consider the numbers when allowing women in combat arms. The Army reports lower numbers in the past few years, and women should be allowed in new roles to allow for more opportunities in the military. When analyzing whether or not women should be allowed in combat roles, let's consider the numbers. According to Kyle Rumpfer, a writer for the Army Times, the Army seeked 3,500 more soldiers for combat roles in 2020. This means that in recent years, there has also been a decline in numbers of recruits signing up for these positions. There are also added bonuses if recruits sign up for these jobs, such as a $20,000 bonus for certain MOSs or jobs in the military. This could be better combated if women were able to participate in these roles. Not only would this allow for women to be better involved in units, but it would benefit the Army as a whole. If women are not allowed to do this, the numbers could possibly see a drop in the coming years. Now, more than ever, we need to be thinking ahead and training for anything that comes our way. So, while historically men have been in combat arms, there is now a time for change. With the Army changing the physical fitness standards and the first group of women graduating from the Marine Corps boot camp in San Diego, there has never been more of a time to allow women in combat roles and allowing women to train for these combat roles. Overall, we need to change how we think of women in the military. They are not weak, nor are they any less than a man, and therefore should be able to be trained and participate in combat arms. So before you think that the military functions perfectly fine with women outside of combat arms and men being the only ones allowed to do it, think about the possibilities with women. Women may present a whole new way of thinking or doing things, and women are valued in all branches of the military and should not be counted out for any roles. I'll now be taking questions on the topic.